Rates can be used to manage seismicity at the AWMS #2 well?
I believe that adjusting operational controls at the AWMS well would certainly allow them to manage seismicity in a reasonable manner. So with the AWMS well, I would, I think that both lowering injection rate, making it not so erratic, because they had a lot of variations in flow rate to the wells, or to the #2 well, and then closely monitoring that and adjusting would allow them to manage the seismicity that they're seeing.
As part of your report, you also reviewed the AWMS startup plan, is that correct?
I did.
And if you could turn just for Exhibit 7, tab 7 in the book, please. And I know you summarized that plan in your report, but I just want to confirm that you have reviewed, previously reviewed what's been marked as Exhibit 7. It is dated September 17, 2000.
Yes, this is the plan I reviewed.
Okay. And do you believe that plan presents a reasonable concept when you start this one?
The concept that the plan lays out is to adjust operations, monitor, and continue adjusting based on data collected. And I believe that is a reasonable approach. It's consistent with other environmental regulatory programs. So, for instance, in the state of Ohio, what the department does in the mines program is they will, you heard testimony from the previous witness about the mine program and ground motion sensors. What the mines program does is, because blasts cause seismicity, so that's another example of induced seismicity, is they will limit and manage the amount of explosives that are able to be used in a blast. So less explosives, less seismicity. And this is really similar, in my mind, to that type of approach. But this is, it's really, you could look at the same thing if you look at emission standards. We're not, the air program doesn't eliminate emissions. They recognize that there's going to be emissions, and they control those emissions and so forth. So I can look at this through a number of correlations, believe that conceptually, and I'll say that I'm not sure that I think the plan is perfect. I think that there's improvements that could be made. I think that it should probably be a living document, so that as more data is obtained, it can then be further refined. But conceptually, being able to have a detailed monitoring system in place that includes ground motion sensors and so forth, considering the current situation, adjusting rate, which then adjust pressure and so forth, and continuing monitoring, and then adjusting operations based on the data that you're seeing, whether it's to further reduce pressure, or to allow pressure, or further to reduce rate, or to allow rate to increase, and then to continue monitoring that and the various details associated with the well.